real estate or stocks? Which one actually makes you rich? Because if you choose wrong, you could waste years or even decades. And the truth is, most people don't understand the difference. Some people say, buy property, that's how you get rich. Others say, stocks are easier, just invest and wait. So, which one is better? The answer is not what you think. Let's break it down simply. Real estate, physical property, rental income, leverage. Stocks, ownership in companies, passive growth, easy to buy and sell. Both can build wealth, but they work very differently. Let's start with stocks because this is where most beginners begin. Historically, the stock market has returned about 7% to 10% per year on average. That doesn't sound like a lot, but here's where it gets powerful. If you invest just $500 per month for 30 years at around 8% return, you're not getting $180,000. You're getting over $700,000. Why? Because of compounding. In the beginning, it feels slow. Year 1, year 2, year 3, almost nothing happens. But then your money starts making money, and that money starts making more money, and that's when it starts to accelerate. Let's say you invested in a simple index fund, like the S&P 500. You're not picking stocks. You're not timing the market. You're just consistently investing. And over time, your money grows with the economy. Here's what it looks like. First 10 years, slow growth. Next 10 years, faster. Last 10 years, explosive. And most of the growth comes at the end. That means if you quit early, you missed the best part. And here's why people love stocks. You can start small, even $10, $50, $100. It's completely passive. No work after you invest. It's liquid. You can sell anytime. No stress, no tenants, no repairs. But stocks are not perfect. They go up and they go down. Some years you make money, some years you lose money, but over time they trend upward. Now real estate. This is where things get interesting because real estate uses something powerful, leverage. You can buy a $300,000 house with maybe $30,000 down. That means you control a large asset with a small amount of money. And if that house increases just 5%, that's $15,000 gain on your $30,000 investment. That's powerful. But here's what people don't tell you about real estate. Everyone shows you the success, the cash flow, the appreciation, the passive income lifestyle, but they don't show you the problems because real estate is not passive in the beginning. You're dealing with maintenance. A broken roof could cost you $10,000 overnight. Repairs, water heater goes out, there goes another $1,500. Property taxes, they don't stop. Even if your property is empty. Insurance, another monthly cost, no matter what. And then tenants, good tenants, everything is smooth. But bad tenants, they can cost you months of rent, damage your property, or stop paying completely. And if your property sits empty, you're still paying the mortgage with zero income coming in. Now compare that to stocks. You invest your money, and that's it. No midnight phone calls, no broken toilets, no chasing rent payments. But here's the trade-off. With stocks, you have less control, no leverage, slower scaling. With real estate, more control, higher risk, more responsibility. So when people say real estate is the best investment, what they really mean is it can be powerful if you're willing to deal with the work. Let's compare directly. Stocks, easy to start, fully passive, liquid, you can sell anytime. Real estate, harder to start, active work, less liquid, but higher leverage. So which one is better? The truth is it depends on you. If you want simple, passive, long-term growth, stocks win. But if you want control, cash flow, faster scaling, real estate wins. But here's something most people miss. Both rely on the same thing, time. Whether it's rental income or stock growth. The longer you stay in, the more powerful it becomes. The biggest mistake? Not choosing one, but doing nothing. Waiting, overthinking, delaying. So don't ask which is perfect. Ask which one will I actually start? Because in the end, wealth doesn't come from knowing, it comes from doing. If you made it this far, I appreciate if you could like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn what compounding does to your money over time, click the video on the screen. Thanks for watching. Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making financial decisions.